Alright, hi everybody, it's Bonkai922. Um 8-0. Yeah, we're almost finished with this series. It's coming down to the wire. What do you want to say that? Well, basically, we already know that Ainsfield, his wife, Kitsurugu's wife is dead. We know that old jazz. It's final battle. Okay, now basically what happened in this episode, it was two things. Well, you get a little scene with Sugu coming in to confront Kirlie. Now, but really it was two battles. Saber against Berserker and the reveal of who Berserker really is, and Rider against Gilgamesh. Oh shit. This one was pretty crazy. I mean, give or take. So basically what happened was, let's start with what happened with, I think the best way to go through this episode would be, let's do one fight at a time. Because there was really nothing going on with Berserker and Saber except for the reveal of what Berserker, who he is. So let's go in with Rider. Alexander. King of Conquerors. All he had was a horse, and it's interesting, like the beginning part when he gets there, he confronts Gilgamesh. It's like he started off with having wine. It's like a toast to both of us. And he's basically telling Gilgamesh, oh yeah, Saber, she destroyed my chariot. And I was like, oh, how unfortunate that is. But he believes that he's still going to put up a big fight against Gilgamesh. So he gets on his horse with his master. His master's... I can't remember this guy's name. Waver, I believe his last name was. Waver. So he begins to unleash his Noble Phantasm Rider, and it's that huge army thing Phantasm he's got, and he's they're charging on, and they're charging through, and to some extent, I don't really hate Gilgamesh. I don't hate him. I hate Kirlie. He's evil son of a bitch. But I actually like Gilgamesh. He's pretty cool. I like him. He does some evil shit in the movie Face Day Night, but I like him. So they're basically charging and to attack him, and and like I said, there were some words before the attack happened between Rider's master and himself, back and forth, saying that I'm very scared. We just let our heart. You reference the term, our hearts are dancing. And they go. He uses the Mobile Phantasm and they charge. Conqueror. It's time to conquer him. And so on and so forth. And while he's trying to conquer him, we get to the other scene, which is Rider, and she gets there. And immediately, there he is, Berserker. This fight was pretty awesome to a degree. I mean, Berserker's already got a weapon. He's got these guns that are shooting at as Saber and everything. And the fight goes on and on and on. And at some point, what happens was pretty fucking cool. But Saber, she gets this car as a shield, and she's pushing it along to block Berserker's attacks. And she eventually destroys his weapons. And that's when Saber asks him, like, who are you? Who are you really? Why are you doing this? Well, so on and so forth. And that's when we get the crazy scene with Berserker. Oh, there was also. Oh, wait. I almost forgot. There was another scene in this episode. Um. Uh. What it was. Uh. Shit. What it was. Was. Kalia. Yes, we had a scene also with Kalia where he's confronted by Tosaka's wife and Sakura, and it's like a crazy scene. He's going nuts. And you see that Berserker's in pain as well. And then, like I said before, we get the reveal with Berserker, and the darkness comes off him. The black stuff that was covering him comes off, and you could take a look at Saber's face, and she realizes who this is. She realizes it's Lancelot, one of the knights, part of King Arthur's round table. He's there, and his helmet comes off, and he looks just the way his face looks. He looks really like, holy shit. He's like evil, like completely deranged and psycho and everything. And Saber remembers the words that writer Xandar, King of the Conquerors, gave her. And it's repeating, it says, she did not leave them. And that's why it resulted in saying that she's a little girl, and so forth. And then she's continuously fighting with him and realizes, well, did they do this to you and everything? And that's what happened there. Moving right along, we also then have the conclusion to Ryder and Gilgamesh. What happens is Gilgamesh says, I'm going to wake you up from this dream. He has this key, and he opens what seems to be this gate. This, like, red, huge fucking gate that opens and then closes, and he brings out that same sword he originally used in Fate's Day Night against Saber, the anti-planetary sword. I forgot the name of it. It's that red, black thing that spins and shit. He destroyed everything. When I mean everything, I mean everything. Gilgamesh just destroyed everything. The sky, the sand, everything. The army that was coming after him. So eventually what happens is, and conquers, he loses his army, he loses everything. And basically, his master tells him, I'm your retainer. That's what he asks him. Right, he asks him, would you be my retainer? And he agrees to it, and then he puts him down, and he basically tells him to go and survive and to tell my story. So then Ryder's just charges right through, charges at Gilgamesh, and that's what he does. And then all of a sudden, Gilgamesh opens. Remember, if anyone has seen Fate's Day Night, remember when he opened the door, those different portals, and he shoots swords at his opponent? That's exactly what he did. He shot all these swords at Ryder. He lost his horse, and he's running, with his sword. Big epic moment. And he gets stabbed everywhere. Ryder, everywhere. He's about to hit him, and he stops. And then that's when we see that he remembers that the beating of his heart was really Oceanus. And then that was the whole bit. And then at that point, he disappears. Then there's a conversation between Gilgamesh and Ryder's master saying, that he's not going to fight him because he would lose. And he says, you're right, you would lose. And he says, he told me I needed to survive, so that's what I'll do. And then Gilgamesh, interesting quote, he says, good. Keep that loyalty. Don't tarnish it. And that's pretty much what happened. An interesting moment with Gilgamesh. I liked it. It's pretty fucking beast. And that's what happened. Yeah. I'm gonna give this a 4 out of 5. Yeah. every episode of Fate Zero is just so epic, you know? Liked what I saw, but looking forward to Kyrie against Kyosuke. That's gonna be awesome. He's pissed. He took away his wife. I mean, come on. Wherever. At the end of this series, I'm gonna be really upset, be sad, because you really think about it. You know what's gonna happen. Anyone who's seen Fate Stay Night knows what happens. So it's gonna be interesting to say the least. But that's all I got for you guys. This has been Fate Zero, episode 10. Pretty boss, pretty boss. Well, I guess I'll call this review King of Conquerors laid to rest. Departed at the sea. Something like that. And that's about it. Okay, I'll see you guys later. Nothing report. I'm trying to figure out if XL World's episode 10. I don't know why it's not up yet. I don't know. Good episode of Fate Zero. See you guys later.